All the quarterback could do was dump this one off short to his back, and there wasn't much there.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, like living in these third and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On the return is Gould. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, Richardson. Now a shot here, deep middle. That's caught! And they're not going to catch up to him. He will score! 74 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Well, a big play there and maybe a big break too. The ball going out of bounds so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up going out of bounds.
On play action, Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll run a draw with Mixon.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
But I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait till their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
Taken at the 19. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Richardson. He'll air it out down the middle. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. They'll go right back to Mixon. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down. Kirk is the motion man. On second down, they're going to run the option here to the right. Room up the sideline at the 45. And they will finally run him down up near midfield. On first down, they keep it on the ground, and they keep it with Mixon. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. 7-0 is our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the gun, here's Stroud. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down. They will work the middle with Mixon. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You can't teach speed. And a guy like this is just a nightmare for these linebackers. He's got a running start at them. You have no idea which way he's going to go. And he ends up just running right by you. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Second and a yard. Schultz is the motion man. Second down, here's a run, and here's Mixon. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's going the wrong way, dropped back at the 7.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Some play by the quarterback. He got flushed by the rush, but Greg made the right choice and ends up with a touchdown pass.
The question always is for these quarterbacks, Mike, in this situation, how long does he remain a passer, or then does he just tuck it down and become a runner? I think he does this perfectly, extends the play as long as possible, gives time for his receiver to uncover, and results in a touchdown.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Let's go.
Richardson to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. From the gun on third down, Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. So, on fourth down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. Throwing on second down, Stroud. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. Third down coming up.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, And this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Richardson. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. That is brought in. And he's going to take this one all the way. 75 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Point after try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Colts will move out to a 14-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes a return from the end zone. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll go play action with Stroud. This will be incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. It's 2nd down.
Pretty clear coming into this game that this offense felt that they had a distinct advantage running the ball. It was a matchup that they thought all week went in their favor, and so far the results indicate that they were spot on.
On 2nd down, Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a 1st down.
The relationship between the back and the offensive lineman is now the key for the run after catch. You want to make sure those linemen don't get too far down the field where they can't help protect the back. So once the running back catches it, there's a go-go call. Now everyone knows it's time to go downfield. The running back falls in behind him, and that's the landmark of the screen play.
The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throwing is Stroud. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. And the Colts will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Now a deep ball for Mitchell. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Adonai Mitchell, the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Now Richardson. Open man. That's Alec Pierce. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Richardson. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
He'll bang that one through. It's good. So we've reached halftime here on NFL Kickoff Weekend as we get you to Orlando. Say hello to my old pal, Jonathan Coachman, with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
Taylor does a nice job there finding some running room, and that's the Jonathan Taylor we all remember, Mike. Think back in 2021, Offensive Player of the Year, arguably one of the best players in football. And then the last 2 seasons, it's been the injuries. When healthy, he's among the league's best.
2nd and 7.
19 Tiger.
Putting the tight end in motion. They go right back to Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down.
60 Wildcat. Come 19.
To throw, it's Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's good for a Colts first down.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
Here's a ball thrown deep, right sideline.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often. And it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Danielle Hunter, pass rusher extraordinaire, in action again. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Go.
Here's Richardson. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. From the gun, Richardson. That is caught, side of the end zone. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for the second half. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Back to throw. Stroud. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL.
That's over the middle and intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. Open man downfield, it's Mitchell. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
Let's go now.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. That one taken in. Alex Pierce. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy. The give to Mixon from out of the pistol. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Schultz. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. On 1st down, it's Stroud. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
And how about that back bulldozing his way forward? A gain of 9 yards. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will get into the end zone. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. Touchdown here in the 4th quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the 4th quarter.
To throw is Stroud. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
This is intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Hey, uno more. Hey, south.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, Stroud. This is caught. Downfield, it's Dell. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Stroud. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal. Here's a run. A short game, down to the 7. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Try it again here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. From the gun, here's Stroud. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Juju Brents. And the Colts are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Richardson going to look to throw. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air, but they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
And this one is caught by Pierce. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
The Colts about set to punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. First and 10 now from the 36.
Here we go.
Stroud. Open man downfield. It's Nico Collins. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one.
On the quick, right?
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. He's got it at the 7, and he's going to be taken down. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Stroud. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
On 2nd down, Stroud. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose. and forcing third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. Stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, Richardson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. And we'll get whistles and a timeout, so they will stop the clock. Closing seconds, game decided, but timeout anyway. On second down, Richardson. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Track 60. Here we go, Shaq. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Here we go. One final play. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game